Welcome back, everyone, or I should say welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series, everyone. Apparently Game 1 just didn't go up. Sorry. Well, apologies there that Game 1 wasn't available. We are going to get Game 2 Piecemeal versus Can't Counterpick Stupid. Piecemeal won a big team fight late and ran it down core. Won a big team fight late and ran down core after a very well executed team fight, but some of the worst macro play I've ever seen, if I'm honest. Piecemeal's macro play on Dragonshire was not bueno. So hopefully they can do better here. They pick Brax to hold out another map where you tend to see a big emphasis on the solo laner. But that said, macro play can matter quite a bit here too. And if they rotate poorly, like they did last time, things could go badly for them. That said, they're up 1-0 in this series. When it comes down to it, they've shown really good team fight potential. Imperious, the first ban. Joanna, the second. She has just become first pick, first ban material. Apologies that Game 1 was not posted, but we are going to get set up for Game 2 here. I actually did, I did the whole cast. Apparently it wasn't recording or streaming. Feels bad. Kira getting banned out. No moss. Actually, I think they picked Kira in the last game. Yeah, they did. So they don't want to pick Kira this time. They have higher priority picks, so they are banning it out. I haven't really seen much Ana tonight. Wonder what's going on with that. Maybe people are just feeling that she isn't as good with the nerfs. I don't know. I mean, I've done Division D and Division C where sometimes people have a hard time focusing targets. That really can help Ana out. Muradin banned out, so seeing a tank choke similar to last game. Diablo available if they want to prioritize it. Gul'dan's up too, and he can be very strong on this map. Ragnaros can be very strong on this map, though you don't tend to want to pick the soul lane with the first pick.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Grabbing their assassin, so there's their PvP player. It's going to be, actually the person who played healer for them last time, Madathi, going to be jumping onto Sylvanas. So an interesting flex there. I thought Madathi was really good on the Stukov. Had some really solid root combos. But it's just, you know, when Kerrigan is able to dive the backlines kind of with reckless abandon as we saw there, it's hard to do much. Dark Knight going to be jumping on to Diablo. The ETC still available here. Gambit once again getting Rexar. I would expect the ETC. Maybe ETC healer. They're going to get Arthas Gul'dan. So there's that Gul'dan, who's good onto the map, very good in the 4-man, very good at clearing the objective. Valkymer going to jump onto Arthas. Now, Valkymer played main tank last game, so that may not be a solo lane Arthas. In fact, I'd probably be kind of surprised if it was. He can kind of stack against Rexar, but much more effective in the 4-man. That could open up something like a Blaze, something more tanky into the offlane. Rhaegar going to get banned out. So with Ana, with Anduin, with Tyrande all available, heroes that you'd normally think of as very powerful, they are going to target Rhaegar here. Interesting. Don't get me wrong, I love Rhaegar. Rhaegar is my favorite healer at the moment in the game. It's then gonna be Tyrande, which makes sense with the Diablo. Tyrande Diablo is a tail. Atha, Apollyon, Nai, all picking heroes moment. Lucio, Jaina.
Vanquish the weak.
Kind of surprised to see the Lucio picked. It's a way to prevent Arthas from engaging. That said, no cleanse unless he still has the talent that cleanses, but I think that's a 20 talent. So no cleanse into this Arthas. It also opens up things like mind control, technically. Jaina makes sense. There's Stukov. Yrel gonna be the choice, so it is Arthas in the tank lane. And that can pair well with the Stukov, the root into the root silence combo. This just in, oh, anyway. Last pick gonna be, it's gotta be an assassin. Greymane. Jaina Greymane. Tale as old as time. That's right, I forgot. He does have cleanse with high 5 at 10. I forget that's an ult. I think so did the devs, because they have not given it some of the needed love I think it needs. I don't know, I think it's powerful. It's just that it's like, it's kind of like Blink Heal with a cleanse. Pretty good. Just super short range, if I remember, is the issue with it. Actually, I missed that there was a sub. Wit's End subbed in here. And that's why they switched out the support. So Wit's End is going to be grabbing the Stukov. So can't counterpick Stoop. Needs to come back here to force a game 3. So we'll get set up here.
We're about to begin.
And we will start by once again introducing Piecemeal. We're going to have Odd Thought on Lucio. Gambit going to be up top on the Rexar. Down here in the bottom, going to be Nye on Greymane, Apollyon on Jaina, and Dark Knight going to be on Diablo. And on the right side, can't counterpick Stupid. Wit's End who's going to be on Stukov. Matathai going to be on Sylvanas. Valkymer going to be on the Arthas. Up in the top, it's Silma on Yrel, and Gul'dan will be played by Deathshade. And let's just zoom in for effect. So, talents. As we get a look at this bot lane matchup. See how this plays out. Arthas stepping up, grabbing a globe for his team. Diablo grabbing a globe for his. Meanwhile, Slima looking to try to get onto Rexar, but Rexar kind of hanging back. That said, Slima using that heal ability to strong effect. Nye taking some damage from Sylvanas. As Stukov will heal pretty well here. He wants to be very selective with his silence usage, though, as Stukov can burn through his mana pretty quickly if he's using all his abilities all the time here, until level 4, when he gets one good spread. Once he has one good spread, his mana maintenance is significantly better. We do have the E-build Gul'dan, up to 7 stacks already. Globe successfully stolen there, and Valkymer separated, so Piecemeal gets the first kill of the match, and it's a big one onto Arthas. Jaina already up to 5 globes, make that 6 on Fingers of Frost. Yrel needs to tap. So blue gonna get some channel progress. Slima gonna stop it for the time being. Jaina doing a good job getting those globes. Stealing them from the side of CCS, who are just having a hard time stepping up at the moment. Valkymer, though, now moving in onto Jaina. Gul'dan throwing out some Q damage, but this is where Gul'dan is a pretty late-game hero in terms of his big spike coming at 16. He also gets a good spike at 7 for his corruption talent. That said, up to 12 stacks already, and that ain't bad. Level 4 finally here for CCS. And they actually are getting some channel progress here for a moment. Up to 22% now. As Yrel doing a good job keeping Misha off the point for the time being. Long enough to get some channel progress. Stukov bypassing the one good spread for the mana, instead going biotic armor. I always question that into Greymane. Only because Greymane still does a lot of ability damage. And so, I just don't... I mean, yes, it gets a lot of value, but when you also have the Jaina, I just think mana management would be great. Anyway, great kill there onto Diablo by CCS, so they're starting to work their way back into this one. Looks like Sylvanas is going to rotate top to help out Slima, while Arthas and Gul'dan and Stukov collectively hold this bottom point. Greymane getting slowed, but does manage to juke out of it. Red recapture the point, up to 52% and counting. Jaina has an Arthas on her. Now getting rooted. There's the silence. Arthas, though, getting separated out. Needs to be careful. CCS might lose their tank again here. No, Stukov had the bio kill switch to heal Valkymer up, and Gul'dan just getting a ton of corruption stacks. Already halfway done here. And CCS comes back from that first Arthas death to win the first objective. And we can see the changed Praxis holdout with more Banelings and more Ultralists and more stuff. 4 pushing against 4 here. Greymane is rooted, but didn't get the follow-up damage. But Gul'dan just chunking out a ton of damage at the moment. There's a root. Gul'dan looking for opportunities to stack that E. Now, gonna back up safely. Already up to 24, so don't need to rush it in any way, shape, or form, as you are certainly going to get that well before level 16. That said, Hunger for Power being the choice for Gul'dan, it's always questionable with E-build. With E-build, you tend to want to go the CDR with the Q, just to get up as many corruptions as possible. The extra spell power, yeah, can be nice, but it forces you to get max value off one echoed corruption, which is easy to do with Arthas and the root combo, I guess, but I'm always a bit nervous when I see that. Arthas going to stay bot for the soak while both teams continue to rotate cast bottom and then top for both teams. Diablo coming in on the flank, but Yrel anticipating, backs up. Now some focus here onto Gambit, but he's going to get behind the wall. Ooh. That was a decision. So that was a decision there by Yrel, and now Matafai in it for a world of hurt. Does get the bio kill switch heal from Stukov to survive, and Misha actually going to go down, so good escape. Meanwhile, Arthas pushing in the Jaina with this camp, now starting to back up himself. Diablo pushing in onto this, finds Gul'dan. Gul'dan does manage to get away without getting flipped. Jaina goes down in... the Jaina... Anyway, Misha going down up in the top.
Beacons are recharging, and the Zerg are growing agitated.
I don't know that Jaina died to minion wave in the bottom, but she did die to Nexus forces. So, Perhaps I missed it. Odd Thought, a bit of a odd spot, having to back up here, but flips Valkymer over the wall, so Arthas is dead as a doornail. By the way, Valkymer, your team broke the wall down. Little bit of split decision making here by CZS. Deathshade getting stuck behind, now with End getting booped back in the middle of the team, and turning into just a bloodbath at the moment. Good recovery by Piecemeal here. They are going to move into a boss. They have level 10. We've seen the APOC so far. We got Cursed Bullet, Ring of Frost, Bestial Wrath. Waiting on Lucio. I'd expect Sound Barrier. Meanwhile, on the other side, all the ults are selected. It is Sound Barrier. We have not Ardent Defender. Instead, we have Sacred Ground out of Yrel. That's the AoE armor, self-armor. Syndragosa, Flailing Swipe, Horrify, and Wailing Arrow. Yrel, standing in that armor, 50 armor, very strong. So that said, this boss pushing down the bot lane will get quite a bit of value. Ooh, there's a good APOC combo. Gonna secure the stun onto Yrel. Ring of Frost comes out as well. Syndra goes to try to peel Yrel out, but Gul'dan just died to the boss AoE. Matasai thinks about going in for Nai, but now retreating. Arthas also retreating as well. That's a good kill, and they should be able to turn that into a buff. That said, Syndragosa shutting down their minion wave slows it down a little bit. Siege Camp going to get grabbed here by CCS. As a good job by Piecemeal equalizing the structures. Silma. Okay. Sorry, I'm being a little dyslexic right now. Matazai grabbing the top camp. Arthas rotating down. Currently, a little bit of a ring around the rosy game. Red capping bottom, so we are seeing Deathshade be able to retreat here, but we do have Gul'dan kind of alone up in the top lane, but he's going to grab some corruption stacks, up to 36, so doing quite well. Should easily finish quest by 4 level 13. Gul'dan, though, needs to be careful in this position. Yrel is bot. We are seeing Diablo lead an aggressive rotation towards that bot lane. Now going to cap the bottom point, but they're rotating as 5, and this is kind of the same problem they had in Dragonshire, where they're doing these mass rotations as a group. They don't. If they just left one person top that could threaten Gul'dan, they'd be getting channel progress right now. Instead, they're losing Soak top, and now they're just kind of hovering, and so they need to kind of find a way to split and split wisely. Klima gonna disrupt that rotation. Rexar coming back down, no, now going back top. But this should enable Silma and others to get onto this bottom. Level 13's here now for the side of CCS. Now pushing in onto this fort, we are seeing a rotation coming up top. Gul'dan's gonna step up. Doesn't get stunned into the wall. There's a great root into a huge Horrify. The poison damage just shrekking. And 2 people drop, Lucio and Rexar, very quick. And Dark Knight's gonna be soon to follow, as is Jaina. Nai is gonna be able to escape for the time being, but that should be significant channel progress. And also, that is Diablo's souls. And given that Diablo went Soul Shield because of the Gul'dan, that is particularly problematic, because it really doubles the amount. Not double, truly, but it's kind of a double whammy in terms of you now have less spell armor to deal with that Gul'dan. Grabs the bottom beacon, so 42%. We are seeing a steal here. Echoed Corruption going to help clear this camp up very quickly. Spell armor coming out from Gul'dan as well, so he's going to do a good job not dying to Jaina stuff. Arthas rechanneling the bot. Gul'dan staying top, and here you're seeing the kind of split that you want. That's it, Gul'dan alone, gonna back off and play safe. So not really the split you want. It's 5. Do they make a play for the siege camp that just came up? Question. They're setting up for it at least, looking potentially for the gank. Gul'dan would have just been seen by the enemy team. That was a visible point. I think. Arthur's gonna step up, start slowing, but he takes the cursed bullet, and is just taking a ton of damage. Ring of Frost comes out, doesn't really hit on the end. Horrify separates out the members of the blue team. Now Massive Swipe trying to buy Silma some chance to escape from here. Gul'dan could throw a pretty big corruption, but without level 16, it won't do the kind of damage they need to win this fight. With Zen getting separated, he's going to drop. The CCS, they have an opportunity. Questionable kind of engaged there. Curse the minimap, Ripperonis. Death Shade going to go down, and ooh, but Odd Thought is low. Odd Thought may die here. Has the amp it up, he's going to survive. Midathi manages to get away. So now a chance for Piecemeal. They are getting some channel progress. Silma trying to stay alive. Nye on the chase with the help of Lucio, going to get the kills. That's another staggered death. There is a catapult up towards this top lane, so they are going to need to address that. Arthas and Sylvanas gives them time to clear out the fire bat in bottom. Piecemeal, once again, grabbing boss again. And they are getting channel progress, so they're going to get 100% progress. And in the opposite lane, it's going to push the boss. The boss will go top because the fort's still standing top. So now do they decide to push with Zerg Wave or with the boss? Probably the Zerg Wave. And they do. So this boss won't get extreme value in the terms of it won't do anything really to help them get keep. It should at least get fort, or at least do a lot of damage to fort. That said, actually, the Zerg Wave top clearing out the lane, so the boss is kind of alone there. But here comes the bush onto bottom. Here comes the Syndra Ghost, so trying to set up the engage. Silence there as well with the root combo. It's going to secure the kill, at least on the Misha. Horrify pushing Diablo out of the fight, but Silma is going to go down despite being in the armor. Massive Shove now coming, or Massive Swipe now coming out to separate out Piecemeal, but they are still pushing, and they could go for this keep with the Yrel death. Sylvanas is healing in the Hall of Storms. Deathshade does have that level 16 corruption talent, though, so if they get kind of stacked up like they are right now, Gul'dan could really do quite a bit of damage here. Just needs to be careful. So pushing on to core, aggressive move by Piecemeal. Apollyon taking a ton of damage from that Echo Corruption. Misha has gone down. Arthas trying to enable some type of re-engage, but it needs to back up here. Lucio gonna help his team escape. So Keep goes down, but Keep actually lost top by Piecemeal as well to that Zerg Wave. The boss takes Keep wall top. So pretty even right now in this game. But we are gonna see Bruiser Camp stolen. Fire bats have been started. Let's see if Piecemeal, nope, not feeling overly aggressive at the moment. They're just going to go and push out top lane. Going to give a free clear onto this Bruiser Camp in the bot, so it's more of a denial. Bruiser Camp's going to get grabbed top while Rexar clears up the fire bats, so they will have some camp pressure up in the top lane. Fire bat's also available on blue side of the map. Jaina has hearts to get mana. We're seeing possibly an invade. This is where Valkymer kind of rotated in a pretty aggressive way and got punished earlier. So we have... what we have here is a Mexican standoff. Misha gonna check the bush. Diablo gets rooted. Curse Bullet on the Valkymer, but a great APOC combo going to put Hilma in a bad spot. Manages to survive through it, though, with both the armor and the bio kill switch. Valkymer somehow staying alive through the Greymane dive. Now Nye's in a bit of trouble. Misha all over the backline Gul'dan, but still Gul'dan lives, and here you just see the power of Stukov heals. Especially with that Super Strain really ticking a lot of big heals in. But Withend a little bit slow getting out. Valkymer, though, now allowing for a re-engage potentially. There's Corruption doing a ton of damage from Gul'dan, but it is Arthas who's going to die first. That said, the health bar is still extremely low over Piecemeal, but with Yrel top, not able to re-engage that. So Arthas going down, that will give Piecemeal a chance to get onto these objectives early. They're going to get their fire bats as well, and this is looking good for Piecemeal to get a domination victory. The thing about fighting in a basement is, number one, you're fighting in a basement. What we got here is a Mexican standoff. Anyone? Glorious bastards. Piecemeal, looking potentially for the fight, but at least going to get some channel progress on the top. And no one close to really rotating in for CCS, so they may just have to deal with the fact that they're going to get a Zerg wave top at this point. They have to clear up this double camp bot. They're not going to get towards the channel progress. And a boss is coming, and this boss, unlike the last one, this boss will sync up with the Zerg wave if uncontested. Arthas stepping up, looking for an opportunity to get in with his team. Here comes the Cinder Ghost. The Diablo stopping the invade. Gul'dan steps up, and he goes down. The Curse Bullet, rest of the team not there. Diablo dies, but so do Gul'dan and Arthas, and this is a chance potentially to end the game. Diablo did not have souls, he was only up to 46, so he will be down for the count. But you have a Zerg wave with the boss, 4v2 situation. This should be game. We'll see, though. Level 20 talents coming in. Here comes the push onto core. That keep drops so fast. Boss onto core as well. Silma stepping up with the armor. Now Madasi in the backline, more just trying to stall, but the core's going to drop, and Piecemeal going to grab a domination victory here. And so with that, Piecemeal in a good position to prove their standing. They're going to get the domination victory here. That's going to move them up to a tie with 10 armor and can't counterpick stupid in 4th place. So, with that, we're going to see if we can do a brief post-game interview. We kind of had a pretty big delay between the two games. So, we'll see how quick we can get people in. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Next gaming series, DB Smiley here. I am joined by the assistant captain of Piecemeal, Dark Knight. Dark Knight, how you feeling after that domination?
Feels good to be honest. Just feels good to. This is the last game of our season.
Hmm.
We've been really good with setting up our matches. So for us, this was our last official match of the season. So it's always good to finish off with a strong performance.
Well, almost certainly in playoffs now. I would say that from there, so you guys kind of have to just are sit and wait mode to see what your seed is. But I would be it would take some really weird things happening for you to not get into the playoffs. Right now, you're tied with fourth place. I guess from this end, like, what are your goals as a team for playoffs?
Well, just in general, the whole season. Again, we've had a lot of guys. If you look at our pool, we have 9 guys, and which is a great thing because we never have an issue with getting people in a match. But which sometimes is difficult because we try and go off like who's available, and we're really flexible, and it's been a challenge trying to get in sync. Well, trying to get 9 guys in sync is a bit of
Mm-hmm.
a challenge. So really, we're trying to hone into like do we do well, and what can we
Right.
do well moving forward, and take one game at a time. That's all we can do.
All right. Well, let's go back to map one. No one on stream saw it, so I will get that re-uploaded. I'll recast it because I don't have the
Oh, did you just
recording. I don't have the
went down?
recording either. Yeah, the whole thing's just not there.
Uh,
It was a good game. You guys were running Uther Kerrigan. What was beyond the basics? Was that just a comfort to run that, or was that something you specifically drafted against CCS?
well, I think as we have, some pool of heroes that we're comfortable running, but again, because we have so many different players, trying to find, what is a comfort pick for a player that we have on our team and synergizes as well. And, at this point, we're like, we haven't done this. And so we said, why not? It could potentially be our last game of the season. So there's no reason to hold things, and it really was just, let's just try something.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. While you guys won game one, I kind of want to throw this at you. I would go back and watch it and see where I think you guys could improve your macro.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's not meant to be. That's meant to try to be constructive. Is there were a lot of times I think you guys were kind of sitting around waiting for the enemy team to come to you, and it got to the point where you got 4 kills, and you turned that into 1 fort in exchange for losing your last 2 keeps. So it is something to work on, but obviously that type of comp, it's all about getting kills, and then you guys of course win the game. So I'm nitpicking at this point, but
No,
game.
that's a
Oh,
great
go ahead.
point. No, that's a great point. And again, credit again to CCS. They're really good at macro, and so that's something. It's more of a respect thing
Mm,
where it's like we have to make sure we clear lanes. We have lanes pushed, so it's kind of like, do we go and try and push something
mm.
while we have catapults coming at our core? It's so credit to CCS. They did a really good job of macro. I mean, we were playing ring around the rosy kind of thing, trying to get the and credit to them. They had some heroes that make.
Oh, did I lose you?
Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
I have push to talk.
no worries.
Yeah, they have. I think I was saying that they did a good job of rotating, and they had some heroes that made it difficult to cap because of they have like escapes and so on, and so it's more of a credit to them. And so again, and I agree completely. It's more of like those are like kind of the tough things. Again, when you have 9 guys, they haven't had as much time playing together. Um, those are things we do have to work out. But
No.
uh,
All
kind
right.
of was.
Well,
Go
with
ahead, go ahead.
that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the floor for shoutouts just to bring this cast to a close. So go ahead and do your shoutouts.
First of all, thank you for casting. It's always a pleasure. And a shout out to CCS. They're always a really good match. We've scrimmaged with them in the past. Last year we played against them. We were most of us were from Ginormous Jaeger, so we have played against